Hello, I am Lizzy with Long Distance Gamers. We are a group of friends who play games remotely due to living in different states. Today I'm going to be talking about Neuroshima Hex. What do I think about it, and more importantly, how do we play it remotely? Now before we get started, there are usually two different sides. The side running the game, they for sure have a copy and they play the game mostly like normal. The remote side may or may not have a copy. The best way to play Neuroshima Hex remotely is with both sides having a copy, so I will be going through how to play that way with a brief description of how you would play if you only have one copy of the game. But let's go ahead and get started and see how to play this remotely. So here we have Smarts versus the new Beasts. I do have a Fresh Thoughts, which is my review on what I think about the Beast expansions in particular, if you want to go ahead and check that one out. But let's go ahead and talk about how the game would play. So if we assume that the Beasts start first, they will go ahead and say where they will place their headquarters. And by doing that, you just simply state what number you're going to be placing it on. So let's say they want to start their headquarters on number 11. So you'd go ahead and place that down. These, I do have it as labels stuck on there. However, if you don't want to actually mess up your board like that, you could use post-it notes or another thing so that the way they could be easily taken off. However, the easier they are to be taken off, the more fiddly it can be with moving it around, causing them to move around. And then we will go ahead and place the Cerebus. This is where this will come in handy. So if we want to place Cerebus on the 10, for instance, so they'll say we'll place Cerebus on 10. And then we need to decide how we're going to place these out. Now you could say I'll place them towards the 6 and the 14. Or if there's more coverage, it's easier if we use this tool. So this, you just want to have all sides line it up. And then you just simply state which direction you're going to be pointing them out. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So with Cerebus being placed on 10, we're going to have it going out its 2 and its 5. So that way both sides can place it on 10 with having its attacks being out its 2 and out its 5. And then Smart would go ahead and place their headquarters. We'll just go ahead and place the headquarters by 4, for instance. Or on 4. So we go ahead and do that. And then Cerebus will go ahead and draw. They'll just say what they are drawing. Now you have two options. I prefer to place all of the tiles as close as I can to each of the individual pieces so that I can still read the names. So that way the side that is running, the Beast can go ahead and say, hey, I grabbed an acid spit. So you can go ahead and grab out the acid spit. And then they'll say, I'm going to go ahead and place acid spit on 7. So we know it's going to go on 7 with its attack pointing out at 6. So this is, of course, the 6 side if we use this. So place it on 7, attacking out 6. So, of course, it's going to be trying to hit this headquarters over here. And then Smart, this is the remote side, which is the side running the Smart. We'll go ahead and grab their 2 tiles. Oh, the mat that I'm using is the mat from the Year of the Moloch. It might be easier to use the map that came with the actual expansion, and I just have it laminated. However, I like this. It's nice, pretty artwork, so I will continue to use that one. It is, of course, up to you and whichever you find easier to play. So I've grabbed a sniper and a mother module. So I will say that I'm going to go ahead and use the sniper on number 7. So we can say that it's on number 7, so that will take that one out. And I'll place my mother module on 8, pointing out its 3. So we'll place it on 8. With this attaching to its 3. So 1, 2, 3, attaching to its 3. And then it will, of course, start the normal game with the Beast grabbing 3 tiles. So they might grab a bug, an urchin, and a scrambler. So they will decide which ones they want to play. So maybe they want to say they're going to discard the scrambler. So you go ahead and can discard that. And then they're going to place the urchin on 1 with its attacks out its 6 and its 5. So it'll be on 1 and we rotate it that way. And then the bug I will place on 9 with its attacks. Out it's 6, it's 1, and it's 2. So just like that. Okay, and then it will be Smart's turn. So we go ahead and draw 3 and simply state what they are. So we have the net fighter, we have a push, and we have an officer. It might be easier for all to just say an extra range. So whichever you prefer on that. So I'll say I will go ahead and use the push with my headquarter and push out its 4. So it'll be pushing this one. And then of course they get to decide where to go. So they might come over here. So they'll say, well, I will move from 9 to 13. So you can place that there. And then I will go ahead and discard my extra range and play the net on 12 with the net pointing out at 6 to net that headquarters. Just do that. And the game continues on like this until a battle takes effect, which we will go ahead and fast forward to one of those. So when battles happen, both sides just agree on which way to start. So what we always do is we start with 1. We go 1 through 3, 4, so on and so forth. Of course, starting with the biggest one. So we go, see the biggest one is this 4. So the 4 will go off first and take away the net. And then the next one would be 3, which we have no 3s. And then we have 2s. So we have multiple 2s going on. So this 2 is going to hit right here. That 2 is netted. And then this 2 is going to hit here. And it hits its friendly because of this beast's power. And then this 2, the 2 on 7 is going to go ahead and go off. And then come down here. So the 2 on 10 will go off to be right here. That's the downside of being able to attack your own units, is it causes massive amounts of damage. Okay, and then this 2 will hit, and it will hit here and here. So we can go ahead and clear the board. So Smart will go ahead and take 2 damage. And then this piece is gone, as well as this piece and that piece. And then the beast will go ahead and take 2 damage as well. Okay, and then we look to see what 1s will do. There are no 1s, and so then 0s. So 0 will go off, and we will go ahead and hit here and here. No more 0s. Oh, this is a 1 as well. So this would have gone off before that. So 1 and 1, which gets rid of that. And then 0 would hit, which is both of these. So this goes away. Okay. And then we are ready to go ahead and move on. And since that was the beast's turn, we go ahead and start with the Smarts, with grabbing the 3 and stating which ones they are. And then the game continues on until either one player has drawn all of their tiles, and that signifies the final battle, or one player reaches down to 0, then the other player wins the game. And then if you are the only side with the copy, then I utilize dry erase tokens. So I'll just place them out. Just want to make it so that they can see the numbers. And so then let's say that Smarts is the remote side at this side, meaning they don't have a copy. So what the running side would do is they would just draw the 3 tiles and place them out. That way the remote side can easily see what they are. And then they would just say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and discard the number 3 tile. And I'll place the number 2 Gas Canyon, if they know the name. I'll go ahead and place that on number 18 with it facing out its 2. And then the net, I will go ahead and place on 10 with it netting the headquarters. That is another option that you could use when you are saying how you want to point things, is like you're placing the net on 10 with the net towards the headquarters. That's a pretty logical move that is easy to follow. Although you could always say I'm going to place the net on 10 with the net out its 3, whichever way is more comfortable for you and your group. So that is how you play Neuroshima Hex remotely. As you can see, it does take a little bit higher patience to be able to play this with your friends and family from a distance. However, it is very much worth it if you do adore this game, especially with the new app, how it only has the 4 base armies, because they're currently changing the app and it will get all of them eventually. But right now, those 4 can get tiring, so having this option is especially awesome. And then also, if you do want to play with your friends and being able to talk and joke while you do it, it's just you have to be a little bit more vocal than you do in person. Because in person, when you want to place the net, you just place the net and then you move on. Versus having to say, well, I'm going to place the net on 10, netting the headquarters. It does add a little bit more patience in that way. As far as this game goes, I absolutely adore this. This is my number 3 game of all time. As you can see, I have a ranking video of all the armies, minus the beasts because this just came out. Although in the beast expansion with the fresh thoughts that I did, I do say where this does rank in all of the armies to refresh that. But this is a very solid 10 out of 10 game for me. I do absolutely adore it. And I do find that the extra work of talking it through is worth it to be able to play this game. Also, I will be doing a comparison video of the base Neuroshima Hex to the Year of the Moloch Neuroshima Hex and see what differences those components in those boxes look like. So go ahead and keep an eye out for that video. But until next time, just remember to have fun, be present, and be you. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. Also, if you find value in our content, please like, comment, or subscribe. Let a friend or family member know that we exist. Help us spread our channel and bring remote gaming to a table near you. Thank you very much, and have a great day.